you go. So for some of us older millennials as well too, right? So how's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Welcome in. If you've been before, welcome back. If you've never been before, welcome in. Great to have you along. We're making crullers today. So today is, I believe today is National Donut Day, but or was it today was National Candy Day, which is kind of weird because son cooks and acts like a fucking idiot on stream. So I mean, seriously, I mean, it's not a tragedy. Don't make me sing the song Tragedy. Don't make me sing the song Tragedy, folks. Don't make me sing it. I will actually sing it. I usually don't buy instant coffee, but today I'm actually using this just to make our espresso candy. So I'm just gonna do about a teaspoon of that, and then once that dissolves, I'm just waiting for my. I'm just gonna wait for my. Just gonna wait for my water as well too. So once the water boils, gnocchi. So it's like it's a shudo paste. It's a shudo pasta. Kind of like almost like an American style dumpling. So I've actually made it before. By the way, Lipton. Literally, this stuff fuels the city of Hong Kong. So it's like the English influence, and the English influence in Hong Kong that is probably never gonna go away. Lipton Yellow Label tea. Though if they do that though, the filling has to be well chopped though. So you can't have a very chunky dough. You can't have a very chunky filling, unless of course you like. Because I'm trying to think of how because it sounds like a great idea, but it's just like how do you make like a really like whole shrimp dumpling on that one too, right? So like when it comes to wontons, I like a big chunk of shrimp in mine, kind of just give that really like nice crunch. But again, a wonton should never be should never be large enough that it should be too big. The extra large ones, by the way, large eggs were $4.05 a dozen, so $4.05 a dozen. So, but Uncle was actually telling me that apparently there's some places, there's actually some places like a Shoppers Drug Mart that apparently is selling eggs for $3.50. So that's actually not bad though, right, Guy Feng? $3.50? I work at a higher end grocery store, unfortunately, so eggs I never see eggs under $5.50. So. That's probably why as well too here. So $4.25 a dozen. Why are your eggs so expensive? $6 for a tray of 30 where I live. I also live in the city as well too, right? I'm living in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The prices I'm quoting are in Canadian dollars. There you go. There you go. Okay, perfect. So that's just gonna take a few minutes here. There we go. Fish, thank you, Sue. Thank you for the lurk. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Caffeinated, carbonated the milk too. Don't threaten me with a good time. Therion, good to see you. How are you, my friend? All right, so we'll let that steep for a few seconds or two here. So Béarnaise is tarragon, Hollandaise is more lemony. But an apple fritter though slaps hard. Dang it! We have so many apples outside. Maybe we. I was kind of maybe in hindsight I probably should have made when I was thinking about it honestly I probably should have made apple fritters today for National Donut Day, but Thai Ku sugar or Thai Gu Tong in Hong Kong. So yeah, I mean nothing wrong with like Rogers sugar here in Canada, but mushrooms frequently. But I do actually do one at work where we use spinach. Use a combination of spinach dip and artichoke dip. So again, I'm not totally sure if it's available, but artichoke Asiago dip. So 50% of that, 50% spinach dip. Mix them together. Put some grated American cheddar cheese in it. Mix it in. Make a small little bowl. Probably say about a cup and a half of that. Stuff it into your mushroom caps. Top with some cheese. Top with some breadcrumbs. A little bit of chopped parsley. Bake them up 450 until the mushrooms are cooked and the cheese is melted. Perfect appetizer. So Okay, so we're gonna need about a. Just gonna divide this into sticks here. So I'm just gonna divide this into 4 sticks, and there you go, nice and. So. All right, we're gonna take about half of this here. So. All right, so. Oh, this actually ripped here. So there you go. So, okay, there you go, perfect. So. There you go. Perfect. Nice wrap, everyone. Nice job, everyone. Double the size of that. And the block that you saw earlier was one pound. So that's like 454 grams. It'll be a little bit over double that. So, I mean, the fact of just thinking about that time, it just feels insane. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. All right. So hold on, folks. I'm just gonna also just got a few things ready to go before we start as well too here. So. All right, let me go check back on chat while we're doing this too. Here's Island says stick of butter much easier with normal weight. That is true because most things are standardized, right? So a stick of butter is a quarter pound. Do you remove the solids? It's a shelf stable. Okay. Fresh butter select actually tastes good. Butter margarine blend half price of butter. Really? Flechard. Is that in what brand is that? Is that in Europe or is that a European brand? Is it American or is it a? Because it doesn't sound like something I've seen in Canada. So that's, again, not doubting you, by the way. Sorry. If I'm just going to sweeten this. We have folks during our daytime streams. Here in like North American daytime streams, we usually have a few folks from like the Middle East and in Europe joining us as well too. So, of course, shelf life beer keys in the store correctly. Best result, well sealed and cool dark spot. Yeah, even open. Reclosed. Really? Okay. Oh, from the Philippines. Okay. Wow. What time is it in the Philippines right now? The way I do it, I think we keep some of the natural, like, earthiness of the daikon in there by cooking, like, we cook a lot of the rawness out, but it still keeps a little of that, slightly of that bitterness of it in there. And then, of course, it's counteracted by all the savory stuff, like the shiitake mushroom, the prosciutto, or the jinhua ham, or the lopchong. So, and then, of course, if you pan fry that with some exos, like some chili oil, you'll never taste any bitterness. At least you shouldn't anyway. I actually haven't had due to a lot of factors. I actually haven't had my teeth cleaned in almost a decade. A decade plus, so yeah, it wasn't. My the hygienist was. I'm actually kind of, and also by the way, I was actually really surprised by this. The dental hygienist was like, "No, I've seen a lot worse." I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Yeah. Seriously, I mean, and that's kind of, and again, Guy Fong, I don't want to get political for a second. I'm going to get political for a second, but seriously. For the fact that Canada has like single payer healthcare, Britain, like the UK, they include dental in their NHS. There's dentistry in the NHS, but not here in Canada. Don't know why. It's a very, very weird thing as well too here. So it's gonna be good enough as well too here. So I have to like 3 times a year. I have to go in 3 times a year for teeth cleaning. 3 times a year, eh? Wow. So that's. I mean, hey, at least you're on top of it. So, but anyway, that's just my thing as well too, right? So, but so weird. Right. Give this a low speed. This will not just kind of help to cool this down, but also help kind of combine the eggs together as well too here. So. And buying a size means just buying more egg white, no egg yolk. You're right. I mean, if you're eating those eggs, it's great because you get more egg white, right? But when you're baking, if you want richness in your pastry, all we just need to do is we just need to whisk that with a little bit of icing sugar, and then we are going to have our glaze. So this should probably be enough to make a. This should probably be enough to make a whole bunch. A good amount for about how many donuts we're making as well too here. So This is a little bit of a, it's probably about probably about half a cup of icing sugar. We're gonna start with about a quarter cup of icing sugar. And I believe we're gonna need to add more as we go along here. So do want to make sure it's a nice, slightly thick consistency as well here. So. This does have cornstarch in it, so this is probably going to be good to do here. So, all right, probably a little bit more as we'll do here. So we'll happy to see you making. Kim, I can see you. Welcome in. How are you? How was your party, by the way? Holy smokes! How did your pizza party turn out? Tell us all the good stuff. Hoping it turned out well for you, though. All right, so. All right, I think our glaze is looking good here, so it's starting to thicken up. So you can see our beauty fit to the theme. So, say for example, if the theme is the mafia bosses. Shoot, I'm thinking of The Godfather. So our theme was stuck in a Chinese meal, which Dana and Darth did a really good job of, by the way. So again, shout out to them for that. So say for example, the theme is a dish from the day of my daughter's wedding. So something from The Godfather, a dish inspired by The Godfather. So it would be contestant A, contestant B. So they would have 90 minutes to make dish or dishes inspired by The Godfather. And at the same time, they're going to be pelted with questions and words as triggered by you, the Guy Fong, based on Italy or on Italian American culture. So that's how it works. And yes, they get a score for their trivia, and they also get a score for their dish. So 10 points from the dish, 10 points from trivia, and yeah, you can. The winner is. We're making milk tea crullers, but should we add a little lemon to it? So should we maybe say add a little bit of a lemon flavor to? Should we do maybe say a lemon candy glaze, or should we do a espresso candy glaze on top? Or should we do both? What are we thinking here? Espresso iced coffee topped with vanilla ice cream. Ooh. Lemon zest? Okay. Should I maybe say do a little bit of lemon zest in the milk tea glaze right now, though? What are you thinking here? So, or should I balance the espresso candy with some lemon zest? What are we thinking here? Lemon? Okay. So. Kind of just in the middle of kind of thinking of how we can do like lemon and like a few lemon flavored ones and a few lemon flavored ones and a few milk flavored ones we'll do here. So we do have our we have our milk tea glaze. I'm just wondering if we could, just going to see if we can actually make a few that are also, we're going to make a few that are going to taste like lemon tea as well too here. So I'm just making it all up as I go. Something, something, break me. For those of you just coming in, I hope you also you all heard that using your headphones. A little bit of lemon tea glaze to go on our donuts as well too here. So. Okay, perfect. Okay, just gonna get that here. All right, we have our we have our tea. I'm just gonna steep that with a little bit of our lemon. Grab yourself a spoon. We're gonna do the traditional toppling mong as well too here. So we're gonna need to, just need to kind of get the lemon oils and the lemon juices into the beautiful tea here. So there you go. So get that in there. Make sure all that delicious lemon flavors in there. Kind of just like how they would serve it at the restaurant. There you go. Perfect. This will hopefully give the donuts a nice little kind of like a slight tangy counterpoint here. As well too here. So let me take a look here. Loud legal, we want a goose. A few parks around here. A little walk around. That's true, but I don't know how well Canada Goose tastes, though. I don't think anyone actually, I've never heard anyone eating Cobra chicken, but I mean, hey, I mean, y'all can try. I mean, y'all can try, but you do know that Cobra chickens are part of the Canadian Air Force, right? So hashtag just saying. So this is why we Canadians don't eat Canada geese. They're members of the Canadian Air Force. And would you actually want to mess with a member of the Canadian Air Force? No, the answer is. Would you rather the questions be all multiple choice, or should I just say the question and let them guess, and maybe Guy Fong, I was thinking about this too. Maybe you, the Guy Fong, maybe someone from their chat. So it'll be in my chat, it'll be in the shared chat, but what if someone can unlock the multiple choice options using channel points? Would that potentially work for us? Say the question. Live fun is rice spaghetti. So how manage the time? If raid comes in early, you can tell them turn is coming. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I will also, and for the future, I will also see if I can also, I will also start in the very near future, over the next couple months, I am going to start recording more folks to be mods, so that for these events, for like the Factual Foodie, we'll have more green swords that can actually handle more of these things as well too. So, and also gives Mel a little bit more of a hand as well too, because Mel, I don't want, again, at the same time, honestly, Guy Fong, when it comes to mods, I'm like, y'all do so much, y'all give so much by being here, just being here. And sentence blank. Like, I'm trying to think of an idea as well too. Like, I'm trying to work with the idea, but in 1/10 sentence, or 10 words or less, describe blank. Surge Junk, you are a fucking genius. You're a fucking genius. So this is what they called. So the brand is called Hai Aquan, and it's called Huaxi artificial beef flavored instant rice noodle. So it's a rice noodle. So it's got a beef flavored stock on rice noodles. So you get some dried noodles, you get some, so you got your noodles, you got some dried vegetables, you got a whole bunch of stuff here. So you got some more, so I don't know what this is called, but it's called feng mei bao, as we call it in Cantonese. So I think these are just seasonings. You got some sat mat bao, I think there's a little bit more seasoning on there. You got just season, so you got your noodle, the soup base, and a little bit of oil finishes too. So, and I can't believe you. That in this case though, we're just going to need to just get that as well too here. So perfect. So, all right, squeeze the thing here, and we're just going to bring that to. So we're going to bring that to a boil here. Okay. Also, folks, I do see that we're coming up to the top of the hour, so another game of marbles is coming up. Y'all want to play? Exclamation play in the chat here. So, I do play Animal Crossing though. I do play Animal Crossing. I do have a Switch, and I do have Animal Crossing. Guy Fong, I have heard about it. Yes, there's a new update. Guy Fong, just curious, how many of you have honey? So if you like brisket, so I think I've seen some. Mixed offcuts, or what we call ngao zap mean. There's like pieces of there's some people will actually throw like pieces of braised brisket in there, honeycomb tripe, leaf tripe, stomach, heart, lung, liver, and tendons. So it's just a whole bunch of beef offcuts thrown into a pot and braised. But yes, missed the moment there. Whoops. There you go. But a little bit of chopped cilantro on top. There you go. Look at that. And yes, don't mind the splatter everywhere, folks. It's you didn't see that, did you? Right, iPhone? Most of the Asian grocery stores that we have actually have these. It's called, so this is the brand, so if you want to take a look. By the way, not sponsored, but yeah, this is the, so you want to look for this name, the Huaxi Artificial Beef, Huaxi Artificial Beef Flavored Rice. Well, they do the trench, and they wrap all the seafood in some foil, and then they bury it. So, I think that's how they do isn't that how they do clam bake? It's one of the things though too, which when I first started streaming was one of my biggest frustrations. It's yes, sure that I mean everyone loves Chinese food, but it's just like it has this kind of like Chinatown, Las Vegas might actually have this, but this is about a minute and a half. This should show you how they kind of do roast pig in Hong Kong. Again, once again, courtesy of the South China Morning Post.
皮咧就爆到咧深層次啲同埋咧我哋啲肉質咧就係有陣煙燻味咧，出邊就食唔出嘅。
Add about 1 teaspoon of our espresso coffee powder here. And yes, if you want to you want to make this using like brewed coffee, by all means. I'm just using this because I'm not a big barista, so I'm not a big coffee snob. So unfortunately, Guy Phone, this is why we're. Oh, geez Louise, Guy Phone. Did y'all not see that? Oh, there we go. All right, so about a teaspoon of coffee, a little teaspoon of coffee, a cup of sugar. So 2/3 of a cup of sugar and 2/3 of a cup of water. And all we just need to do is we just need our uncooked crullers look like. These have been kind of cooling for a bit. And if we've played our cards right, these bad boys will puff up they'll puff up in the most deliciously beautiful ways. Just send it to Chef John Leung. Yeah. Unless you don't mind fish and everything, fry filling routines can prolong your oil time. Exactly, Therion. Yes. Run the oil through a coffee filter every time. So yeah, so if you can, run your oil through a filter every time, and it will absolutely prolong the life of your oil. So, and also making sure that you clean the scoop up any like crunchy bits at the end will also mean that the crunchy bits don't end up being burnt bits on the bottom. So that's what really kills commercial fryers. It's the stuff at the bottom. All right. I think we're good as it is. Can you use a coffee filter? You absolutely can use a coffee filter. Perfect. I mean, coffee filter, paper towel, whatever. I have actually been really bad with money for the last 15, 20 years, working in kitchens and not taking care of myself. I have neglected my finances, so it's definitely something we're going to do. Drop it in. Fry these at about 350. And then we're going to fry these until these are ready to kind of pop off the sheet here. So, okay, just going to see here. Oh, look at that. So, and according to Anna Olsen, these things are, so when I was actually doing my research, according to Anna Olsen, these should take about approximately 5 minutes to fry up and puff up here. So, and then when we're done, we're going to be glazing these, and we're going to be glazing these with multiple different types of. We're going to be glazing these with different types of things here, folks. So, all right, I'm going to see if I can actually drop a second one in here. So, I think we can probably do about. We can do 2 at a time. I think we can probably do 2 at a time here. So, you should probably usually best dipped if these are better if we dip these when they're nice and hot. But I'm going to start with our lemon tea glazed ones here. Just going to do about 5 of these here. these, make sure it's nice and glazed. Got a good glaze on that. A little bit of water. For something this sweet, I feel a milk tea would be good, but a lemon tea might be a little bit better here. So lightly sweetened lemon tea should be fine. Okay, just a little bit of sugar, just sugar a stir. Get the lemon in. It's what we call 篤檸檬. So we'll just poke the lemon. That will lighten up the tea just a little bit. Good glass of ice. Guy Fong, our snack time is about to happen here, folks. Which one do you want? Do you want the 檸檬茶定要檸檬茶定係要奶茶？有鴛鴦，不過唔係咁好嘅。又要檸檬茶。奶茶，OK。檸檬茶定奶茶？檸檬茶、奶茶同埋鴛鴦啊，三樣。Everyone wants the lemon tea one. Seriously. 檸檬茶 donut 食得晒成個啊 All right. Auntie's not a big sweet person, but she actually ate the whole thing. Wow.